That's the loop knot, the double San Diego jam knot. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Outdoor Candy. I am Nurse Matt, and come on, let the dog out. I just want to say I apologize for not getting more content out in the last couple of weeks. I've actually been pretty sick. I've been under the weather. I don't know, I got hit really hard with a bad bug. The whole 9 yards, you know, sore throat, cough, congestion, body aches, that type of thing. Not the type, even though I'm a nurse, I'm not the type to go to the doctor really, get an antibiotic or anything like that. And I kind of known that it was just one of those things that I had to ride out. So after drinking gallons of elderberry tea with honey, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Things are now clearing out. So if I sound a little nasally, that's just because a couple of days ago is when I was kind of back on my feet. So that said, actually, I'm going to start with a health tip today if you're really interested. I'm also drinking this really cool ginger, carrot, and turmeric drink right here. Kind of an acquired taste, I'm not going to lie, but it's actually really good for you. It's only got like 90 grams of sodium in it, and just, you know, based on my education, usually 23 to 2,500 milligrams a day of sodium intake is what a normal adult should have, and kind of moderate there. The caveat to that is, you know, if you have like high blood pressure, also known as hypertension, or if you have heart disease or kidney disease, any of these things, definitely want to limit that to no more than right around 1,300, somewhere in there. Just be careful with it. And then children, 10 years old, 11, in that area, they probably shouldn't get any more than around 1,200 milligrams sodium anyway. So you gotta be careful with all the McDonald's and everything else out there. But anyway, drinking this, it's not cheap, but you can pick it up at any grocery store, or if you're down in Florida, Publix. So anyway, without further ado, today we are going to cover, today we are going to cover, going over what I meant to cover a couple weeks back. Like I said, I was going to promise going over some more knots with you guys, some fishing knots, and in particular the San Diego jam knot. We'll do a double today, so double San Diego jam knot. The loop knot, or have any of these in your fishing arsenal. Pretty much don't need anything else. So that said, just going to come over here, and I opened this up, so I was just going to grab a kind of a heavy-weighted jig head. I actually used to use this for lake trout, but it works really well down here too. So we're going to go ahead and start with this. Sorry, the fuzz on the jig is kind of out of control today. Jig's having a bad hair day in Florida. All right, really humid today, hot, like I think it's in the 90s now, I don't even know, let's see. Yeah, 91 degrees. I don't think there's anything else in here I want to use, so yeah, we're going to start with this, and what we'll start with doing here is I'm just going to be using some of this Beyond braid. You could tell 80 pound, 300 yard. Kind of cool color too and all that, but anyway, so we're going to use this to do that for purposes of demonstration today. Just because it's colored and you can kind of see what's going on with it, so it's really robust, it's heavy duty. So on that note, sorry, like I said, I'm a little nasally still, I'm clearing things out, so bear with me. But what I want to do is, I guess I'll start off with the loop knot. No, baby. So I'm going to go and just measure out. Usually with all my knots, I try to get around, you know, do like a 12 inches worth of line to start any of my knots out. But, you know, when you're trying to figure something out for the first time, experiment. So I'm going to start by putting a little loop in this, just like so. Pull it down here a little bit. There we go. Excuse me. And then once you kind of get down to that loop, I typically, I'll put my fingers right here on the eye of the jig or the hook, whatever you're using, leader, and I'll kind of just, you know, like pinch that loop against the bait that I'm using to kind of just hold it in place. Well, then I take the tag line and I just kind of keep, this will be attached to your pole or your reel, or if you're using a spool, just kind of, you know, weight it down if you need to, but you want to kind of keep some tension on it so you can do this more efficiently. So I'm going to go ahead and put that out of the way here, maybe weight it down a little bit. There we go. So then pull it kind of taut, you know, 4 or 5, 6 times around. Heavier line, maybe a little less. Lighter line, maybe a little bit more. And then find your loop again. Grab the tag and then pull it through the top. Like so. And then it does take a little bit of time getting used to this. I'm still kind of, my loops can be a little bigger at sometimes, and I think I did that. Yeah, hold on. Do that again. Takes some getting used to. I'm gonna wrap this up too. So you're just, like I said, you're creating the first loop. That's it. And then bring it down to the eye of the bait or the jig, the hook, whatever you're using. Like, I'll sandwich it, like I said. I'll sandwich it with my finger right here, so it kind of holds that loop in place as I'm then wrapping the tag line around the main line. So wrap it around a couple of times. All right. And then I'll put that through the loop at the bottom and then back through the top loop here. So I'll just kind of grab it like so. Sorry, I kind of slipped there, but like so. And then and just follow it down. And these, like I said, these loops, this is a big loop. You can get it a little bit tighter than that, but there you go, smaller loop. All right, and the last one we're going to do either San Diego or double San Diego jam knot. We'll do the double San Diego jam knot. The single is just not doubling over the line. It's as simple as that. So again, take your 8 to 12 inches of line like so, all right, and you're going to put it through the eye of whatever bait you're using, hook, jig, swivel, leader, whatever. And it's going to be like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to double the line over to the end of where your tag is, so this end over here, pull it through, okay, like so, and then you're going to hold about right here, you're going to pinch. So where the tag line right there and the doubled over line meet, so you see those two individual, so there's 4 total lines right there. Where they meet, you're just going to pinch it with your one hand, and then that little section right there, you could tell a little loop there. If you need to make that a little longer, not an issue. All you do is separate the lines like so. We're going to make it a little bit longer, like that. Okay? And then again, you're going to go back to pinch. Right there where all the lines meet at the end. Okay, like that. Then you can put your finger. I've seen people put their pinky finger in there like so. Okay? And then they're going to take that loop end. What you're going to do is you're going to spin that loop end around down the line. Like so. You know, half a dozen times, 4, 5, 6 times. Like so. Okay. And then you're going to put it through, so you're going to take out your pinky there if you need to. You're going to put that loop end then through where your pinky was holding. And then you're going to bring it back up to the loop at the beginning of the line where you're pinching with your other hand and put it through there. It's just like that. Right there. See that? Just like that. And then you're going to grab the tag line and that loop and just watch it slide down the line, like so. And just keep tightening it up. You need to wet it. Just keep sliding it down. Tighten. You see how nice those loops are? And just keep pulling it through till you come to the eye of the lure or the jig head and tighten it. Cut off your loop and your tag line. Come in this way so you can see better. Alright, and don't make sure you don't cut your main line, cut the tag line. Here's the tag line, okay. That's a tag line. Like that. And that is your double San Diego jam knot. Alright. Well, thank you for watching and tuning in. Like I said, if this is your first time viewing this content or first time visiting my site, thank you for tuning in and saying hi. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. And if you did like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe. I will, as long as I can ward off any evil spirits and getting sick again anytime soon, hopefully I'm coming down from it, we'll be putting out more content for you. Thanks, y'all, and we'll see you guys soon.